Okay, some of you may be wondering why I haven't uploaded since Thursday. Well, the reason for that is because I've been feeling under the weather recently. I got a sore throat. I do feel better now. My throat is still a little sore, but better than before, considering I can speak louder and my voice isn't croaky anymore. Anyways, I am going to be reviewing the director's cut of the Lazy Town movie by Dbgchannel. The original film was pretty good, but it did have its flaws, like kind of exciting action scenes, average character design, lack of character development for some characters, and humor that is a bit hit and miss. Which was practically why this was made. Now, like I said in the original movie review, this isn't the real Lazy Town. And it wouldn't be anyway, since Stefan Karl Stefansson only just died on August. In the real TV show he played Robbie Rotten. Can the movie resolve what didn't work before, or is it another case of if it's not broken, don't fix it? We'll have to see. Let's start off with the storyline. It is the same as in the original obviously, so you'll know if you've watched my review of the original movie. If not, then I suggest you watch that first then come back here, as I'll be explaining the differences. The differences here are good. For instance, there's a lot more detail in the scenes and actions, which was a problem in the original movie. Also, the movie includes more characters from the TV show like Miss Busybody. With the new voices, the voice acting is miles better too. And, the movie doesn't feel rushed anymore, with a stretched running time of 92 minutes, compared to the 62-minute runtime of the original. More characters get more screen time, there's more witty dialogue than before, the writing is thought out better, the humor is much improved, the list goes on. A good story was already made before, but now it has been made perfect. I'll give the story a 10 out of 10. And now, the animation. Here's a part where I can find a lot of flaws in the original. But thankfully, because this is a director's cut, and because of Plotagon's updated content, the animation is a huge step up from before. The movements are slightly smoother and more logical, the effects are miles better, the rendering is done well. The action scenes have been resolved, they actually were pretty gripping. There's a lot more played music, adding more feel to the movie. Also, a huge problem with the original film was that the audio would get really delayed, but while there is still a little delay, it's not that easy to notice now. Unfortunately, I have one extremely minor nitpick. The problem is not Dbgchannel's fault at all, it is just that with Trashy, the floating head glitch applies to him and that kinda bothers me a little. Also, there are some scenes where a character's face would go missing and reveal their insides. But since this is no error of Dbgchannel, I'll still give the animation a 10 out of 10, because of how improved it is. Now for the characters. Okay, I did talk about them in the review for the original, so go back to that if you haven't watched it and then come here for me to note the improvements. For starters, the character development is way better, and like I mentioned earlier, there are more characters. Miss Busybody is Mayor Meanswell's crush. She doesn't get tons of lines, since she is in Hawaii for most of the film though. There are a few characters who have that problem too, but not many. One thing worth mentioning too is that the character designs have been slightly improved, so that they are easier to look at compared to the original show. Robbie's a much better villain, like Trashy and Evil Stephanie, since there's more to them. There are some onlookers around the city we see in the movie as well, and even they can be quite amusing. A way to really improve your characters is to really develop them more, which is what was done here, even if some still don't get a lot of running time. I'll give the characters a 9 out of 10. This is how you improve a movie. The Lazy Town movie director's cut steps in to rectify all the faults from before and turn it into an almost perfect movie. Please go watch this movie now. I mean, if you compare this to the original movie, you'll really know what I mean. My recommendations? Every follower of mine on Plotagon, and every subscriber of mine on YouTube. And please subscribe to Dbgchannel too, because his movies and plots are quality. This is now his best movie instead of Happy Wheels. Chaos ensues, although that isn't far off. The link to the original movie and the director's cut is in the description below, along with my 2 movies, with one being a work in progress, and the link to Dbgchannel's channel is in the description. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked this video, then like and subscribe if you are new, and hit the bell to be notified of future content I post. Goodbye.